Here you are, let's go. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new around here, I'm Jet Ski Chuck. I try to keep things a little cleaner over here. I edit out all the curse words because I don't want any of that negativity floating out in your living room just because I love you like that. Two things we need to do before we get started. One, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. With that being said, this is the most disturbing videos across the internet today. Let's dive in. We really have no clue what these mirrors truly are. I remember doing that when I was a kid. I had a medicine mirror and I'll pull it in front of the regular mirror and it'll do the exact same thing this is doing. People are saying they are possibly portals. Let's dive a little deeper into mirrors.
A black mirror, black obsidian mirror, also known as a scrying mirror, was used throughout history as a tool for divination and fortune telling. People would stare at it and ask themselves questions or ask outwardly beings questions. You could ask it about past relatives who are no longer here, present events, and things to come in the future. One of the first examples we see of this is in Snow White with Mirror Mirror on the Wall. What most people don't know is that we use black scrying mirrors every day. Don't believe me? Then what's this? And this? And these? And lastly this. Remember, television has the prefix tele. Tele means over distance. So this black mirror gives a vision over distance. You see it in words like telegram, which is sending messages over distance. Telepathy, which is communicating over distance mentally. And lastly, teleport. Remember, a black hole is a portal. Don't let it fly over your heads, y'all. What does this make us if we have all these black mirrors around us? Once seen, it can't be unseen. And in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Our phones are black mirrors. That is crazy. You know what else it made me remind me of? Y'all ain't gonna believe this connection. The plantar. I could be saying it wrong, but I could show you better than I can tell you. Hayusen, look at this. On Lord of the Rings. Gandalf tried to warn him. He said, we don't know who all has them. You know, they're not all accounted for. When Paragon grabbed it and he started shaking, you know, these things are demonic. They communicating. Lord of the Ring was such a good series. That's one of my favorite movies, trilogies of all time. How old were you when you realized I'm rubber, you're glue? Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you is a mirror spell. Damn. I'm not saying people gotta say something to defend themselves if they getting bullied, but that might be a reflection. Somebody in the comments says, wait till you hear about the birthday song. The birthday song is an aging spell. Every time you say the birthday song, you age. That's why I told you on my birthday, man, I say grateful, happy G-Day. I'm grateful to be alive. I ain't blowing out no candles. How crazy is that? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
You lock yourself into a mirror and you stare into your own eyes in the mirror, You are not looking at yourself. That is not you. That's an actual being on the other end of that world that's mimicking you. All right, and this is a powerful thing that must be known and must be understood completely. All right, that when you are looking into a mirror, you are looking at fallen entities that are mimicking you. All right, and the elites will never tell you that. The oppressors will never tell you that. This is why they got a mirror in every house, just like they got a TV in every house. They all go hand in hand. All right. Also, beings can enter into your home and into your aura field through your mirror. This is why anciently our ancestors, they wanted nothing to really do with mirrors. If you look at because we wasn't really never enslaved like that anyway. But the few of us that would get caught and go into slavery, we wasn't in no mirrors. We looking at the water. We want to see ourselves. We're gonna look into a natural source, which is water. Water also gives you a reflection of yourself, as well as metal. These are things that we place here on the planet naturally. A mirror isn't a natural thing, all right? It's a holographic world designed to keep you trapped.
How cool would it be to look at water for your reflection all the time, like on Lion King? That's kind of a hazard and a lot of maintenance. I would love to look into water every day. Could this be the origin of the magic mirror?
Hello? This is your king! Oh my, thank goodness. Do you see what they've done to me? This is the thanks I get!
This is the thanks you deserve. Hang it on the wall. In the dungeon.
Please, no! Don't.
How creepy was that? Do you have any mirror stories or any mirror references? I want to hear it in the comments below. Now let's get to the specimen. If you thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today, think again. Feast your eyes on this geode. No name on this, but the inside is certainly dazzling. I got the perfect name for this one. But if we could quick look inside of it and just see the beautiful colors, it just is quite extraordinary. If I had to name this piece, I would call it heliocentric.
So let me see if I got this straight. You're trying to tell me that this is a natural rock formation? Oh, you son of a ballbag. This is known as the Three Rock Whales in Thailand, and it's been given that name because people say it resembles a family of whales, a mommy whale, a daddy whale, and a baby whale. But the official narrative says that it's just a natural rock formation that was formed over 75 million years ago. But check the catch, 75 million years ago, this whole region was underwater. Oh, we got your ass now. So what people are saying is that the reason why they look like whales, because brother, that's what they are. Petrified giant whales. Oh my days. So what we're trying to say is that many years ago, everything grew to an enormous size. Vegetation, animals, even humans. And at some point, there was a cataclysm that petrified many living things and turned them into stone. But the eyes are useless when the mind is blind.
Huge shout out to the Bully Slayer. It's so good to be seeing him posting again. Call me crazy, but you could still see the barnacles still on these whales. 3 Whale Rock. Add it to the bucket list. I was today years old when Oh wow, I found out the signature line isn't a line at all. Wait until you find out. Wait till you find out that Uncle Sam pulls loans against your SS when you're born, and when they can't pay other countries these loans back, they print more money to make your dollar worth less. So you need to work more for the same lifestyle. Damn. I don't know if that's true or not, but that is definitely a crazy theory.
Oh, you son of a... How did you manage to do this? Now, if you want to see some of the most beautiful structures in the world, then you need to go to India. This is the Chichikar Fort, and they say it was built in the 7th century, and it is the largest fort in the whole of Asia. It holds 65 historical structures, which include 19 large temples, 20 large waterbeds, 4 palaces, 4 memorials, a victory tower, and so much more. Just look at the attention to detail. Absolutely splendid. From the ground up, it's 591 feet in height, and the area span is 691 acres. Absolutely incredible. You have to understand, this structure is over 1,300 years old. Like, what technique was they using? What skill set did they have? But more importantly, what equipment did they have at their disposal? There's so many temples like this that people struggle to explain. But trust me, the truth is stranger than fiction.
Shout out to Perrine Mohan and One File Vile for putting this really on the spotlight. It really can't get enough attention. You mean to tell me people just was jumping on ladders, chiseling this immaculate structures? I don't think so, bucko.
Why am I just finding out that people are living in the Grand Canyon? Why am I just finding out that people are living in the Grand Canyon? And I'm not talking about on the outskirts, but deep within, as in you need to take an 8-mile hike to get in or out, unless you're taking a mule or going via helicopter. This is in Supai, Arizona. It's called the Supai Village in the Havasu Canyons in the Grand Canyon. And this place is completely rural. They have a population of about 200 people, and it falls outside of the Grand Canyon National Park jurisdiction. It is by the Havasupai tribe, who have been there for over 1,000 years, and they administer the land completely on their own. They have their own culture, their own tradition, their own laws, and hikers and tourists need a full reservation in order to go there. I can't imagine what it's like to live there, because there's limited to no Wi-Fi or cell service, and they get their mail, they get their packages only via a mule. This is insane. I didn't even know this existed. I didn't even know this was allowed, based on the fact that the most of the Grand Canyon is completely blocked off to the public. But they've been there for over 1,000 years, so they actually have reign on this particular part of the land. Tourists who have been there, though, said that now it's become a bit of a run-down area. It's almost like living in a third world place. Some people have witnessed DV or things that seem a bit eerie, but I can't confirm or deny any of this. It's all alleged in regards to how they live. However, I do know that Supai Village does indeed exist. If you heard about it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you move there, especially with the state of the world right now? If you don't know what I'm talking about, save this video, go look into it, come back, let me know what you think. If I find out any more interesting details, I'll be back. Per usual, this is all alleged. Like, follow, stay for some more tea.
I'm gonna visit for about a week and then I'm leaving. It's just an ancient quarry anyways, but it makes you think, what exactly were they digging and looking for at the Grand Canyon if it was a quarry? What type of artifacts did they find? Because obviously they stopped.
Have y'all seen something come out of a mirror? So people are just now starting to find out how sinister mirrors really are. This girl made a video Have y'all seen something come out of a mirror? So people are just now starting to find out how sinister mirrors really are. This girl made a video encouraging other people to get in the bathroom in the dark and watch their face change in the mirror. They think it's new, but little do they know, things like that have been around forever. Like, y'all remember the Bloody Mary thing? If you did that, let me know in the comments what happened. Come right back to this. So I know that you know in movies, we always see demons and things like that in the mirror. Specifically in the dark. But like I said, this has been going on for a long time. And there's actually a whole lot more to look into than just mirrors. The chemical compound used to turn glass into mirrors is actually alchemical. And alchemy is basically like a magic. Alchemists are considered to have played a role in the development of mirrors. Could have guessed that. Especially when you get into this. Screenshot to read it. And what really is chemistry but a great
Don't screenshot that. That looked like some demonic stuff.
mixing pot full of chemicals and things to make other things. Like the spells in Disney movies. And speaking of Disney, do you remember Mirror, Mirror on the Wall? And they would summon this demon? You know, Disney actually shows you the hidden truth. Witches and warlocks go into hiding, but they're really hiding right in front of your face on the TV. Which is why in the movie The Ring, you can see this demon crawling out the TV. Yo, they don't keep any secrets. People are just blind. You really think this was just a creative idea? Now back to alchemy being quite literally black magic, you can see that it's portrayed as chemistry wizard hybrids, much like astrology is a form of divination. There's many different kinds of magic. Okay, now that you understand that mirrors are literally made out of black magic as launching pads to other dimensions through alchemy and magic, probably told them by the fallen angels to create this formula. Let's see what happened to this girl who is unknowingly performing divination in a dark bathroom gazing into a mirror. Pay close attention, I got one more thing to show you.
Guys, my face started to shapeshift. And I'm not crazy, I'm telling you, try this yourself. You will see. I do not know why no one knows about this. Personally, my face shapeshifted the first time I did this, into a cat.
She said cat, you heard that? So you notice how all the young children are going around saying meow, and we have Doja Cat dressing like a cat and Lady Gaga saying meow? It's quite literally a demonic spirit that's persuading children and other adults to act like a cat.
That was my first time hearing about people saying meow. I don't know. I'm not that hip. So I couldn't tell you what's going on nowadays. But I didn't say Bloody Mary, but I remember trying that Candyman. I went in the mirror. I never watched Candyman or Bloody Mary to this day, you know, but someone was over my house, little bad kids. Hey, man, I dare you to go in the mirror and say Candyman 3 times. They were too scared to do it. I'm like, man, I'll go do it. You got to turn the lights off. All right, I hit it. Candyman, Candyman, Candyman. Nothing. At one point in your life, you try to see if you can really sing. Okay.
That's true. Again.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was about to go crazy. Hey, keep practicing. You'll get there.
That theory that you should never sleep in front of a mirror proved to be true.
It's real. Yeah, it's real.
And this is why. So
Why?
Me and my sister, right? We shared a big queen size bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this side, there's no mirror.
Mm-hmm.
On this side, there's a mirror.
And you faced it?
So no, this is what I did. So every time we alternated every night.
Yeah.
So because the charger was on this side of the mirror.
Okay.
So you know me, I don't charge my phone.
Yeah.
So first night I was there, I was already having bad dreams. Like I was waking up like the white ladies right outside my window. So like I was paranoid.
Yeah.
So the next time I sleep on the second day, I sleep
Yeah.
on the side without the mirror. I'm Cade. I'm peaceful as
You don't have to worry.
I don't have to worry. But it was on, I think, the third or second last day when I got sick. I got stomach issues.
Oh.
And I was sleeping in front of the mirror. And when at the middle of the night, I remember hearing that theory that you should never sleep in front of a mirror.
I think if it depends too if the house has bad energy or not. Like you might need an exorcist to come in there and, you know, throw some holy water in the air or something.
Have you ever wondered what's really behind a mirror? There is a theory that mirrors not only reflect your image, but are portals to another dimension, a dimension inhabited by entities that imitate our behavior, waiting for the perfect moment to cross. This theory was born in the 1960s, when a group called the Reverb Project conducted secret experiments with mirrors. Leaked reports say that during testing, the reflections began to move independently, even when the people were no longer there. It's said that if you stare into a mirror in complete darkness for more than 3 minutes, you might notice something strange. Your reflection might blink out of sync, or even smile at you, even if you don't. For this reason, many warn, never have 2 mirrors facing each other in a room. That infinite hallway you see could be the door these entities need to cross. Now tell me, do you dare to look at your mirror tonight?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't look in the mirror that much. I be thanking God sometimes when I be editing these videos, like ain't nothing on my face. Thank goodness. No crumbs on my mouth. I'm terrible. I probably should, depending on thousands of people see me every day, but I be checking myself out on this camera. I'm like, dang, man, I need a haircut. I apologize, y'all. Vanity isn't my strong point, but I do try to keep my hair faded. It's been a rough patch for your boy, but I'm gonna get back to I'm gonna get back to it and stop looking like I'm fresh out the Yountie. People's always used to make fun of my clothes, my shoes. You know, I ain't never had a fade. I learned how to cut my own hair. You know, vanity just eluded me. You know, I didn't care about having Jordans. You know, the freshest gear. I do not care. You can miss me with all that.
The program began in December 1990 at the Institute of Experimental Medicine of the Academy of Sciences, Siberian branch. The main piece of equipment is called a Kozyrev mirror. The mirror is a spiral-shaped metal structure the size of a small closet. It's designed to capture and focus psychic energy in the middle of the spiral. There, the occupant, called a psychonaut, embarks on their psychic journey. When they were inside the mirror, they started calling this Kozyrev space. And when they were in Kozyrev space, participants were feeling and seeing the same things. Almost 90% of participants felt like they were flying. Most saw outer space, celestial bodies, and even UFOs. During longer sessions, another strange phenomenon was common: visualization and the manifestation of symbols. But people weren't seeing these symbols in their minds. The symbols were appearing in the room, and 68% of people felt the presence of intelligent entities in Kozyrev space. They started calling these entities the observers. The observers were consistently described as humanoid, but not human. They were very bright, like made of light. No one was able to make out any features. On a few occasions, an observer actually communicated. Most participants found communicating with the observers to be an unpleasant experience. But time travel was experienced by over 40% of the participants. Now, most of those experiences were the person at various stages of their life. Some viewed their life like watching a movie. Others were actually able to interact with and participate in their life in the past. Also, there were many people who observed or participated in historical events. Nikolai Kozyrev believed that time was energy. And he believed that time energy could carry information to and from the physical world. He thought some people may have tapped into this time energy, which gave them access to different points in time. Now, all this research done in Siberia in the 90s using Kozyrev mirrors is amazing, but is it true? Well, it's a difficult story to debunk. On one hand, mainstream science doesn't take any of this seriously. On the other hand, major intelligence agencies do. But if their technology works, why isn't it more widespread? You absolutely can buy Kozyrev mirrors. You can buy blueprints to build your own. The process is well documented. There are even a couple of patents. The materials are not that expensive. Still, it's a technology that's way on the fringe. Now, whether you believe in the Kozyrev mirror or not comes down to, do you believe Nikolai Kozyrev's theory about time energy and the ether? Now, Kozyrev had a few ideas rejected by mainstream science that were later proven to be true. What if he's right about this too? But using a mirror to reflect time, that sounds very science fiction-y. And it was, until last month. Scientists at the Advanced Science Research Center at the City University of New York conducted an experiment. They sent an electromagnetic wave through a metamaterial. These waves also have a time component that can be measured. The wave went in moving forward and came out moving backward. This is what's called a time reflection. And this was pure theory until now. Now, despite all this potential, mainstream science won't take this technology seriously. Kozyrev's theory, whether real or not, has a great message for humanity. That we're not bound by fate or determinism, but have the potential to shape our own reality with our choices and actions. We, all of us, should download the plans, grab some sheets of aluminum, and see what we can discover. So I don't know what your plans are this weekend, but me, I'm going to Home Depot. Wanna come with?
I'm going to Home Depot and I'm gonna get some stuff to build a mirror designed by Kozyrev. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I hope it does because this timeline sucks.
My timeline's pretty blessed. I'm not gonna lie. All praises to the Most High. He's not gonna throw anything at you that you can't handle.
You can see me? How's the mirror know? How does it know? You can see me? How's the mirror know? How does it know? I'm blocked. How does the mirror know?
This is kind of crazy if you think about it. Because look, her towel is up and yet her reflection is behind it. Like, you're looking at this like it's a mirror. Of course it can see it, but the thing is the towel's in the way. I'm super confused on this one.
Can anyone explain how does the mirror know that there's an object there?
Oh my god. How does the mirror know that that's there?
There can be only two explanations. Either our mirrors are Illuminati witchcraft, or that's just how reflections work. You decide.
All right, people are saying don't want to be a nerd. It's because the mirrors have angles. I would be more impressed. Like, I get that mirrors have angles. I would be more impressed if it was a smaller mirror. Maybe a larger surface to hide it, to really see how is it capturing the image. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are people crazy, or are mirrors really portals? What is going on? What in the world is going on? Something strange is happening underground. So many different ways you could spin this. It could be the orcs assembling their armies underground. People talk about Agartha being a whole entire world up under us, and maybe they just got a little too close to the surface on this one. I don't know, but it's definitely a mystery. That's all we have for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button before you head out. I got plenty of other bangers you can go back and watch if you're just now checking me out. Also, to make sure to head over to Jet Ski Chuck later, because I'm going to be doubling up on you today. You don't want to miss out on none of the action. The code word today is mirror, mirror on the wall. When you put that in the comments, it lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy. You're just not somebody that just come in here making fun of your boy from all these crazy theories. Hey, man, and I appreciate you guys, honestly. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you later.